Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm bringing you some information on 10 games in Fanatical's triple pack of April 2026 to help you answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and support the channel in the process. Before I begin, I'd like to thank you the viewers for watching my silly videos. I hope they're helpful. Most importantly, knowing that you're watching it means the world. Anyway, let's get into this. At number 1 we have Evil Genius 2 World Domination Deluxe Edition, a satirical spy-fi lair builder where you step into the polished shoes of a criminal mastermind to construct a sprawling island base and pursue total global conquest. While the core loop of designing hazardous hideaways and training specialized minions offers an addictive sense of progression, you may find the experience as a double-edged sword compared to its 2004 predecessor. The game shines in its visual charm and stable performance on modern hardware, allowing you to create wicked trap combos and manage a colorful workforce. However, as you progress, the gameplay often transitions into a tedious gatekeeping fest, where you must wait for endless timers and juggle side missions that you can only tackle one at a time. You likely feel the frustration of an unbalanced endgame where power generators and vaults consume entire floors, and lack of official mod support means these mechanical annoyances remain unfixable. Despite its mostly positive recent standing, many long-term players highlight a lackluster narrative and a sense of abandonment following the cessation of developer support and DLC. The user interface can also be clunky, sometimes forcing you to identify henchmen by merely silhouettes or leaving you without quick jump buttons during emergencies like fires. If you enjoy deep base building aesthetics and have the patience for a slow grind-heavy campaign, this sequel provides plenty of villainous flair. The Evil Genius 2 World Domination Deluxe Edition includes the base game and the Season Pass 1, offering all initial post-launch content, including a new campaign pack, additional henchmen, minion types, and lair items. It provides a complete experience while building a villainous, world-dominating island base. At number 2 we have Railroad Corporation, a 3D train tycoon management sim that throws you into the smoke and steel of early railroad expansion, trying to modernize the classic railroad tycoon formula. You build lines between towns, deliver goods, balance finances, and evolve your fleet via a tech tree. One of its boldest moves is letting you research and upgrade your trains instead of relying on historical availability, unlocking new models by investing in laboratories. That gives you control over your progression, but also forces you to make hard decisions about where your funds go. The game also introduces personnel you can hire to boost profits or discounts on rail construction, but their effectiveness leans heavily on randomness and timing, making them feel more like a bonus lottery than a strategic choice. Unfortunately, the interface undercuts much of the fun. Controls are unbindable, and you'll frequently wrestle with a snapping rail laying system that resists your plans. The lack of a comprehensive manual or in-game explanation means you're often guessing what's happening behind the scenes. Worse, AI pathing and train behavior are wonky. Trains freeze or phase through stations, creating frustrating traffic jams you can't override. Even so, Railroad Corporation has sparks of brilliance. The 3D environment feels fresh, and the idea of blending business simulation, tech progression, and griddless design is ambitious. If the developer polishes the interface and iron out the bugs, this could become a strong contender in the genre. For now, it's a rough gem, intriguing, but often maddening. At number 3 we have Skies Above the Great War, a hybrid of action and grand strategy sandbox gameplay that places you on the Western Front of the First World War. You manage the air forces for either the Allied or German side, overseeing a persistent 10,000 square kilometer world while having the unique ability to take direct control of any aircraft in real time. The experience is defined by its impressive scale and flexibility. Your task is providing airfields with machines, hiring historical manufacturers like Fokker and Sopwith to develop new models, and managing pilot talents. If the logistics side feels overwhelming, you can toggle AI automation for specific features, allowing you to focus entirely on the strategy or the dogfights. Each plane is fully simulated with detailed damage models, making the combat feel appropriately fragile and intense. You can even personalize your squadrons with custom insignias and paintings, adding a layer of individual flair to your aerial campaign. While the game offers an addictive gameplay loop and a rare blend of genres, it has faced challenges regarding technical stability. Early reports noted frequent crashes, UI clunkiness, and performance stutters. However, A major recent update in December 2025 significantly improved the visuals and performance, bringing the game into a much more stable state. Though the graphics are somewhat dated and the learning curve is steep due to a lack of tutorials, the depth of the simulation make it a must-play for enthusiasts. It's an ambitious, rewarding journey for those who value unique historical strategy. And number 4 we have EcoGnomix, a charming hybrid that fuses turn-based strategy, role-like exploration, and city building into a single, cohesive experience. You manage a village of industrious gnomes perched above a vast network of mystical, resource-rich caves. Each run sends you underground to gather essential materials like wood and food, which you can then bring back to the surface to expand your settlement. The gameplay loop is satisfyingly rhythmic. You delve into procedurally generated biomes, extract what you can, and use those spoils to unlock new buildings, gnome classes, and powerful upgrades that make future expeditions more successful. Strategically, you must carefully place your team on a grid-based board to maximize their automated actions. You have to balance resource gathering with survival, as ravenous bats consume your food supplies every turn. If you run out of food, your run ends prematurely, though you never return empty-handed. As you progress, you unlock specialized units like ninjas and cooks, allowing you to refine your tactics against bizarre creatures and bosses. The game's low-poly art style and lighthearted humor, where fallen gnomes simply become cute ghosts, provide a relaxing atmosphere despite the inherent challenge of the caves. While some may find the reliance on luck and repetitive nature a bit taxing, the short run times makes it an excellent choice for casual sessions. You'll find a rewarding loop of progression that encourages just one more go as you build your thriving economy and uncover the secrets hidden deep beneath the earth. And number 5 we have Necrosmith 2, a necromancer simulator that blends tower defense, roguelike, and RTS elements, creating a unique and engaging gameplay experience. In Necrosmith 2, you take on the role of a necromancer, tasked with defending your tower from relentless waves of enemies. The twist lies in your ability to gather body parts and create an army of undead minions. Whether you're crafting skeletons, zombies, or bizarre hybrids, the variety of combinations keeps the gameplay fresh. As you explore the map, uncovering new bases and resources, you'll unlock upgrades that enhance your tower and minions, giving you an edge in the increasingly difficult battles. The game shines in its creative minion building mechanic. You start with basic skeleton parts, but as you progress, you gather parts from different races like lizards with laser guns or swamp creatures. Mixing and matching these parts not only creates amusing combinations, but can also unlock powerful secret recipes. The challenge comes in balancing resource management with combat strategy, as some of the most powerful minions, like giant creatures, can drain your resources quickly. However, Necrosmith 2 is not without its flaws. The gameplay can sometimes feel stagnant, with moments where you're waiting for resources or enemies. Despite this, the thrill of discovering new combinations and upgrades keeps you engaged. Necrosmith 2 offers a fun and inventive twist on the tower defense and roguelike genres, especially for those who enjoy a bit of dark humor and strategic depth. It is also perfect for your Steam Deck adventures, for those of you who have a Steam Deck. At number 6 we have Mercury Fallen, a relaxed sci-fi colony sim where you dig out a ruined underground facility, expand onto an alien world's surface, and manage colonists and robots. Your goal is to rebuild, explore, and uncover the mysteries of your new home. You start with a small group of colonists, awakening from stasis, only to find their facility in ruins. Step by step, you deconstruct debris, gather resources, and construct rooms tailored to your colonists' needs. Research unlocks new technologies, enabling you to expand further underground and above. Unlike other colony sims, Mercury Fallen is entirely non-violent. There are no enemies to fend off, just a slow, steady challenge of survival and progress. Exploration plays a significant role. You send expeditions to the surface, uncovering lore, new materials, and even more colonists. Managing resources is key, from setting up farms and power grids to ensuring colonists are well rested and motivated. Robots and clones help automate tasks, easing the burden of manual labor. The game's biggest strength is its relaxing pace, letting you build at your leisure. However, the slow progression might test your patience. Some UI quirks and a lack of deeper challenges can make long-term play less engaging. Replayability also depends on how much you enjoy the core loop of building and expanding. If you love colony sims like RimWorld, but want something more laid-back and exploration-focused, Mercury Fallen is a solid pick, especially if you grab it in a bundle. At number 7 we have Castle of Alchemists, a hybrid tower defense / action RPG where you play as Bellator, an alchemical warrior defending your castle from otherworldly invaders. Combining pixel art charm with chaotic real-time combat and strategic trap placement, it is a bold take on a classic genre. You'll find yourself in the thick of it, crafting gear with randomized effects, mutating abilities via a deep skill tree, and building an arsenal of traps and towers to slow, burn, zap, or explode anything that crosses your path. The game leans heavily on your active involvement. Enemies are tanky, and your towers alone will not cut it. You need to jump into battle and carry a lot of kill weight yourself. Boss fights are big, wild, and occasionally buggy, but bring genuine intensity. You'll need solid reflexes, especially in later levels with multiple lanes and sniper enemies. Progression can feel grindy, crafting can be RNG heavy, and UI quirks might leave you fumbling mid-combat. Still, if you push through the clunk, the core gameplay loop is satisfying, especially once you unlock synergies and unleash chaos across the battlefield. There is clear influence from Orcs Must Die, but with a more punishing, less polished edge. If you're chasing precision, balance, or a casual experience, this might frustrate you. But if you're after a scrappy creative challenge where you're constantly moving, experimenting, and surviving by the skin of your teeth, Castle of Alchemists delivers a compelling and chaotic ride worth adding to your siege-hardened backlog. At number 8 we have Necroking, a turn-based tactics roguelite that plunges you into the shadowy role of a necromancer wielding immense dark powers. With a focus on deck building and strategy, you'll summon legions of skeletons and undead minions to conquer settlements tainted by life. This game invites you to embrace the darkness, boasting a deck of over 30 undead units and procedurally generated levels. Each playthrough offers fresh challenges, demanding sharp tactical thinking and adaptability. The pixel art aesthetic sets the tone perfectly, delivering a hauntingly beautiful world brimming with gothic charm. Combat revolves around quick decisions and strategic execution. While some encounters are thrilling, others can feel repetitive due to limited viable build options. Deck building enthusiasts will enjoy customizing their skull deck, but balancing issues, particularly in later stages, may detract from the experience. Necroking thrives in its early game, where resource management and strategy blend seamlessly. However, the difficulty curve flattens as you progress, leaving veterans of the genre craving a more substantial challenge. The lack of refined resource tooltips and simplistic mechanics in certain areas might frustrate those seeking depth. In a bundle, this game's value is undeniable. Whether you're a casual player looking for an accessible entry into roguelites, or someone enamored with a necromantic theme, Necroking delivers a captivating, albeit occasionally flawed experience. For hardcore enthusiasts, it may fall short of its potential, but its charm and replayability make it a worthy addition to your library. At number 9 we have The Dungeon of Naheulbeuk, the Amulet of Chaos, a goofy D&D themed turn-based tactics game that mixes satirical humor with solid technical combat. You control a preset party of adventurers, each fully voiced, who never stop bantering as you march through a dungeon that feels part parody, part classic fantasy. If you enjoy zany humor, you'll likely have a blast. If not, be warned, the comedy is relentless, ranging from clever references to fart jokes and meme-era randomness. Mechanically, you're looking at a game inspired by XCOM, but with a fantasy twist. Positioning matters more than cover. Backstabs and adjacency bonuses become key, and healing or reviving party members will often determine whether you scrape through or collapse. Battles are tough, sometimes punishingly so, even on a default difficulty. At the same time, the lack of permadeath reduces tension. When your barbarian dies, you'll probably just shrug and send him charging into skeletons again. Where the game shines is in its polish and presentation. The environments are beautiful, full of detail and atmosphere, while the interface delivers information clearly, letting you plan without fighting clunky menus. Combat feels satisfying, though sometimes stretched out by too many enemies or repetitive encounters. The biggest dividing line is tone. If you can embrace absurd characters, endless chatter, and a Poundland Shrek ogre, you'll enjoy the ride. If you roll your eyes at random humor, you might struggle. Still, with strong combat, striking art, and surprising challenge, this dungeon is worth exploring. At number 10 we have Technotopia, a turn-based card-driven city builder set in a futuristic world where you guide an artificial intelligence named Iris to create a balanced metropolis. Combining strategic planning with narrative depth, it challenges you to manage 4 competing factions, while unlocking new buildings and opportunities with every run. The core gameplay revolves around placing cards, representing buildings or actions, next to existing structures on a grid. Each card has unique effects, tailored to specific factions, requiring careful planning to optimize resources and space. Your choices are further shaped by daily events, offering rewards that can shift your city's trajectory. Balancing faction demands, like government support or elite preferences, is essential as escalating expenses push you to strategize efficiently. The game excels in its visual style, blending retro-futurist and Art Deco aesthetics into stunning cityscapes. The card designs are equally impressive, and the intuitive UI ensures you always know what your decisions impact. Sound design adds life to your metropolis, complemented by a futuristic soundtrack that, while captivating, could benefit from more variety. While the gameplay loop is engrossing, the rapid expense increases can feel overwhelming during early runs. A clearer list of unlockable buildings and pathways to achieve goals would enhance the experience. Similarly, the characters and narrative, though intriguing, lack depth and voice acting, which might leave you craving more personality. Despite these minor shortcomings, Technotopia delivers a unique and rewarding experience. Its blend of strategy, creativity, and storytelling ensures that every run feels fresh and challenging, making it a must-play for city building enthusiasts. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle is an absolute steal for strategy buffs. Snagging heavy hitters like Evil Genius 2 Deluxe Edition and a Dungeon of Naheulbeuk for just $3 is a massive win. Whether you're grinding roguelites like Necroking or building empires in Technotopia, the value here is insane. Most titles are very positive on Steam and deck ready, making this a top tier loot drop. Don't sleep on it, grab your squad of games, and level up your library. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider buying the channel a coffee. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.